between when it was originally filed and the reply. There's one that I would like to clarify for the record, a new argument that first appeared in the reply and that we have not yet addressed in our written filings. The petitioners object to the use of TLDs to project worker doses, saying that this does not take internal doses into account. However, they're ignoring information in the ER that the petitioners themselves included in their initial submission of this contention.
What is a TLD?
TLD, thermoluminescent dosimeter. It's the sort of thing you would wear on your lab coat if you're a radiation worker. Contentions that the petitioner originally filed block quoted some sections of the ER that bear on this issue and that show that internal doses were not calculated based on these thermoluminescent dosimeters, but rather based on the historical releases from the Fermi 2 facility in the years 1999 to 2006. And actually they used the year 2001 because that was the highest. They gave the most conservative estimate. The ER pages that are relevant here are pages 4-98 to 4-99, and the pages of the petitioner's filing, where this is first incorporated, are pages 82 and 83. So that aspect of the contention changed somewhere along the way, and I wanted to make sure that that was made clear. At the end, the contention still ends up being about the difference between worker doses at 5 rem for radiation workers and 100 millirem for members of the general population. This is discussed in the ER in the context of how to categorize construction workers at Fermi 3, whether they need to be treated as radiation workers or whether they can be treated as members of the general public. And in no case has anyone argued that any of the regulatory limits would be exceeded. It's just a question of how to categorize them, and it appears that the petitioners have not really challenged that categorization in their contention. Regarding the coal plants, the petitioners requested some specific relief in terms of monitoring at the coal plants. That is not something the NRC has the authority to impose. Another agency regulates coal plants. I used to work at that agency, so yes. And so that particular form of relief is not something that we can provide.
What about their argument that the cumulative impact of coal plants, radionuclides emitted by coal plants, and those that will be emitted from Fermi 3 when it goes into operation, that has to be analyzed somewhere?
Anything that is detectable on the Fermi 3 site would be picked up in baseline measurements and would be considered that way.
Good. Anything else from the staff on contention 7?
Do you have any questions?
No more questions.